got Krager over in Team 1, walking out as a Fury Warrior versus Luby. Oh no, why? Luby, huh? Actually, last time we had Luby, didn't Luby just like snipe somebody out at the last second when they were low? I guess Luby's able to go first. Yo, if Luby ends up attacking the Team 1, I could totally see him do some cheese like that. Krager unleashes just the Furious Burst. Gonna be a trinket as he sees big wings out of Luby. Luby with a Shield of Vengeance. That's gonna be a trinket immediately. Actually, not even Shield of Vengeance. What is that shield? Is that just Word of Glory? That's a pretty big shield for just a Word of Glory. Krager is gonna bail out of there as Luby got himself wings rolling. That is gonna be trinkets out of both of them. And Krager's looking for a bit of a reset. I was gonna choose the rest of the team. But Luby has done some weird stuff where he did just snipe people out as they're low. He would just throw in a hammer. So we got to watch this guy. We got to watch out for him. But since he's going up first versus Krager, I doubt he's going to be doing anything cheesy. Reflect out for Krager in case there's a Hodge out of Luby. He's going to go with that reckless abandon with rage and blows, just capitalizing on the damage versus Luby as they do activate eye for an eye. Quick Hodge into Krager, just looking for a couple flashlights to mend their wounds. As Krager wants to get back in there, but he's forced to just slow walk it out. Just walking off that that hammer of justice. Walking off that headache. Because I imagine the hammer of justice just bonks people right in the head. Luby taking a bit of damage though. Krager's health is unmoving. Whatever health he's losing, he always regains it with Bloodthirst. And then making sure he always has the ignore pain. So 50% of the damage he takes just goes into his shield. That doesn't even matter. And that's going to be reflect up in case Luby goes in for a Hodge. No Hodge for now. So Luby is guaranteed a hammer justice versus Krager, who is enraged. He does have a lot of haste. Continuing just to strike at Luby like a madman. But the cooldowns are down for both of them unless Luby ends up activating a proc for wings or something. Krager continues just to unleash his fury as best as he can. Luby getting leapt on, and Luby might be in a bit of trouble. Bladestorm on a Krager, so he's immune to CC. Wings are up for Luby, and maybe he wants to go for a Hodge to Krager. Krager, no way to deal with the hammer justice unless he goes for a Enrage Generation, which I don't think he's going to do that just yet. Luby, actually, that Execute Rage could be really bad for him. Krager just sees himself like a big old Execute. And Luby actually had borrowed health. One more hit could be down. Is going to get himself a Sipico from that Kyrian friend. As the Kyrian friend continues to keep up with him as best as possible. Look at this lady legs go. Look at that little pitcher go. Going to be big damage on a Krager. Oh, slamming down Luby. Big banner charging in with Arki. Not even giving him much of an opportunity to even get an honorable bow. He wants to take the momentum they just built up from the Paladin into the next guy. Arki played a different build. Got himself Elemental Wolves No Ascendance this time. So I wonder what leg he's playing. I wonder if he's playing the Elemental Wolves Legendary, which would be pretty strong. Krager with the Reckless Abandon, Recklesses around the corner, getting those Rage and Blow charge in to Arki, who's staying in Ghost Wolf as best he can, is going to send a Elemental Blast at Krager. It looks like Arki might have watched Chicago play a couple of times with their Shaman. And trying to see what's it like to play the Elemental Enhancement build, where you go for the Ellie Blast. You got Ghost Wolves and the Legendary to maybe get the Ghost Wolves up and running more often, which gives you a ton of Maelstrom. And when you play the Lightning Shield, it also generates Maelstrom every time you get hit. So you're playing less of like a defensive play, really aggressive, really focusing on the healing, but also cycling through the Maelstrom as best as possible. Krager activating Enrage Regeneration, feeling the pressure from Arki, is going to reflect that Hex back into the Shaman though for a second as Krager handily recovers health, trying to go for a pummel in order to interrupt that Door of Shadows, but looks like it's going to be a quick lead by Krager to try to stay on Arki as best as he can. Krager's playing to his strengths as a Fury Warrior, trying to stay on top of Arki as best as possible. He's going to have to turn the attention onto the totem as the slow totem, the Earthbind totem, also grounds Arki to the ground, just unable to move, just slows down his pacing. He needs that uptime. Another set of Ghostos with an Elemental Blast to the Krager. Quick Sunder, no Stone Totem to follow that up though, at least not this time around. As Krager does need to get ramped back up. He needs a lot of Rage Generation. Reckless Abandon is up. Should be able to get a lot of Rage, but also lots of defensives. He might need some defensives. Trying to stay aggressive as Arki just pops wall to live through the damage and continue to stay aggressive. Quick Bladestorm by Krager to immune that stun. Cancel him to get a charge versus Arki. The banner is up, so there's no way slowing this man down right now. No more wall by Arki. He needs the mana, needs the Maelstrom to survive this. Needs another set of Ghost Wolves as soon as possible. Better generate as much Maelstrom as you can. In that Execute Rage, Krager can't just quite reach him. He's actually so close. Arki is gonna see Krager leaping around into a trinket. Does Krager have the charge? Ooh, Execute as the totem comes down as Arki tried to create a wall between the two, try to drop down the static totem to push Krager away. but couldn't quite do it. And Kraken just continued to bring in more and more punishment. What's your name, actually? Sasuke Uchiha. His name is literally in Russian Sasuke Uchiha. We got a Bleach fan. That's like being Yoda. Oh, that's the guy from Star Trek, right? I'm trying to see if I can piss off as many fan bases as I can here in a single sitting. Oh man. And Kraken continued to get bloodthirst versus Sasuke. Sasuke actually taking a bit of damage from the Blaze-Storm, going for advantage, looking for a bit of a reset. Just hit him with Chidori, Sasuke. Maybe evasion. Actually, evasion down too, so he wouldn't even be able to escape him. Could be in big trouble. Oh, Kragar. That was a little bit of a slower duel. Took a little bit of second. But Kragar just kept the pressure, and apparently the pressure was enough to take down the rogue. Kragar charging in. Big leap versus Asatru? Asatru. Stun to Kragar, has a trick for it. Might need to go for defensive here. Intercommanding shot. Icy sounds a super incredibly low. Reflect up in case there's a freezing trap to stop him. Shackles him malediction. It looks like Asatru is actually going to have it reflected into him immediately. Going to be steel trapped to try to separate the two. Kragar needs to taunt the pet back to him. Is going to have the pet attack him again. Needs the only healing in the world, but looks like a kill shot pierces right through him. The old warrior continued to fight on and on until he couldn't. As we hit that 6-minute mark, 10% dampener, the man just ran out of cooldowns, ran out of rage. I wonder if he could have used Reckless Abandon for a not second wind, but ignore pain. Definitely need to ignore pain as soon as possible. Krongzu is going to be up next as an outlaw. Quick evasion versus Asatru. Try to keep the pressure going. Blade Flurry is up, so he's going to be doing damage to him as well as the pet. Should turn the attention onto the pet because killing the pet for the hunter might be not a bad idea, especially since Asatru got coordinated, so both the pet and him are doing extra damage. The rogue disarming Asatru, continuing to spike him down. Freezing trap is not going to stop him. Kidney shot, and I think Krongzu is going to be able to take him out. Just a couple of sinister strikes and a blade rush, and down he goes. And a Mary is going to be last one over on team 2 as a Necrolord Paladin. Probably the hardest matchup for an Outlaw Rogue in general. Spike onto a Mary, and Krongzu just trying to get some damage in. I wonder what legendary this man is playing. Is playing that Vanish cooldown reduction legendary. It's playing in the big pistol shot Lego, which is the one I prefer for the dam. And that one might actually be good with tier set falling forward. Create Trinket and a Vanish for Krongzu. As he sees a Mary go in for huge damage, big wings. And the rogue is just going to hide away. There's literally no point of him walking at the Paladin who has full cooldowns rolling. And Mary picking up the eyes might be able to maybe spot the rogue if he goes over to his side of the pillar. Checking out the enemy team room. Looks like no one's there. But at least he can't find the rogue. And Krongzu is going to get hit with a judgment as he comes out of stealth. Or he at least gets seen out of stealth with those eyes. Shield of Vengeance, and looks like Krongzu wants to stay away from the Shield of Vengeance. Wants to just tag it from afar. Is going to be able to get rid of it. It should be able to get himself a drone rush. Cloak Shadows before Mary goes for any kind of damage. Maybe Cloak Shadow, as Krongzu is feeling a bit of pressure. Might need evasion here. I think the evasion was used. Is that evasion right now? It is evasion. Oh my god, it's so hard to see evasion for Outlaws in particular. Hodge and Krongzu, does he go down? Does Mary have the damage? Looks like the Pally having to slow down and actually heal himself. Krongzu goes for another Vanish. I think this man is playing the Vanish reset Lego. He has to be. Kidney shot onto a Mary as a blessing of protection comes out for the Paladin. Feint up for Krongzu, trying to get some pistol shots and the common points, but blessing of protection denies any of it. Krongzu, pistol shots are not going to go through. Quick disarm onto the Paladin as soon as they finally get out of a blessing of protection. Bubble still available for the Paladin, so they do have a defensive. Krongzu without evasion yet again. Kidney shot, maybe some damage, could potentially be a bubble out of Mary. Might just have to. It seems dipping really low. It looks like it doesn't even burn a bubble. There's no way for Barons will still on him, right? Or maybe you decide, you know what, I'm out of cooldowns. I might as well say bubble for the next arena. Paladins, though, man, are a bit of a tough matchup for an Outlaw Rogue, but not for that man right there. That man was fine just okay.